Hello, and welcome back to God is a Girl podcast. I am your host, God, and I am a girl. So, this is episode number 2 of my podcast. I'd have to say it's going pretty well. I'm happy with the progress that I've made, so that's good. Happy Sunday. I don't know if you guys realized, but when I made the first episode, didn't know what day of the week I would be putting these episodes out on. And then I was like, oh, duh. It's like church. I gotta put it out on Sunday. So these episodes are gonna be coming out every Sunday now. If you're watching this for free on YouTube, great, awesome. Share it with your friends, let them know. But just be aware that you can get the episodes a week early by contributing to my Patreon account, linked down below. It's only $2 a month and get 4 episodes on time, or early, or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so I think that the most, first of all, I just want to say, so I have currently 2 viewers, two patrons, two people supporting me, 2 little disciples on Patreon, and kudos to them for watching my first episode and for supporting me financially, because I really appreciate that. Money is always like the greatest motivation. But no, they were honest, and they were like, yo, I really like your podcast, and I thought what you had to say was interesting. And I mean, it was a little bit biased because they already knew me, but it's not like one of them has been like one of my closest friends for almost, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years. I don't even remember. 8, 9. It's been like 9 years, hasn't it? Anyway, so shout out to Mason and Mark. Thanks, guys. Anyway, so first thing I want to talk about is the most pressing thing that is happening right now, and it's still in full movement on the internet. Everyone's talking about it, and I feel like it's affecting literally everyone in the entire world. And I'm talking no matter what your gender is, your sexuality, your race, or your class standing, your financial standing. This is the biggest epidemic the world as a whole is facing right now. And like I said, it affects everyone. It doesn't matter if you're 2 years old or 82 years old. This is affecting you right now. And I'm gonna talk about it with my all-knowing knowledge because I am God. And that is the Snapchat update. The thing with the Snapchat update, the main thing that's, I think, the most frustrating, it's because, we've all had bad updates with social media. Every time YouTube has completely changed its interface, everyone gets super pissed, and everyone's like, fuck this, I hate YouTube, whatever. It happens to everything, all the time. Twitter moving up to its 280 character limit, and I see a lot of people saying, fuck Snapchat for this, fuck Instagram for that, Facebook, MySpace, YouTube, but Twitter has stayed true. And it's it was less than 6 months ago that we were all in an uproar over them moving up to the 280 character limit, and now we are just pretending like that never happened. But okay, anyway, they're like, Twitter is a saint. Not quite, but it's not quite. But the most frustrating thing with the Snapchat update is the fact that it's doing it without our consent. It's literally update rape. That's what it is. Which sounds a little far-fetched, but most of the people that I have seen talking about it on Twitter and stuff, and most of the people that I know, including myself, does not have automatic updates turned on because it's fucking annoying when you go to open your phone and you're like, man, I just want to check this snap from this person. Oh, looks like I'm gonna have to wait 5 fucking minutes because my app is updating just of its own accord. It's so annoying. So everyone turns that shit off, especially it uses data. If you're out and about in the world, you don't want that to happen, whatever. Anyway, so it's almost always off, and people aren't updating the app themselves, but it's updating itself. It's magically updating, and that is the most annoying thing in the world. People literally have Twitter threads with all these instructions of things that you can do to try to get the old Snapchat back. It's literally the Underground Railroad against Snapchat. it's so annoying because it's like, Snapchat, are you guys listening? I made like a couple tweets about this, literally like tagging Snapchat, because I'm like, are you guys listening? You done fucked up, kiddos. I saw one tweet today and I was like, if I don't snap you back, it's because I literally don't know how to. And honestly, I get it. I get it. The interface just does not make any sense whatsoever. And it's like, I think one of the things that bugs me with the stories is, first of all, it clutters just my inbox feed. It just makes it look ugly, and it has the little bubble that says tap to watch their story, and then I can't read what's below that, what's underneath that bubble, and I'm like, move, just get out of here. Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me how to use my social media. I'll use it however the fuck I feel like. And then, but I have some people that I follow on Snapchat that are like social media people, so like they're not my friends. I don't know them in real life. They didn't ever follow me back on Snapchat, and we don't talk on Snapchat, so they don't show up in my inbox feed, which means I have to go over to the news page where it has like popular Snapchat stories from other people, which the one thing I always liked about Snapchat is that you have to know someone's username to find them, and that's been slowly decreasing in truth. Because, I mean, you've got Quick Add, you've got Nearby, you've got phone numbers now. Like, it's just, it's been, how do I turn that off? Whatever. It's been, like, slowly becoming Facebook with being like, follow these people, and I'm gonna show these people your profile so they can follow you, and it's like, no, I didn't ask for that. You don't know how many times I get ads from people on Snapchat who I never gave my Snap name to, and I'm like, I have no idea who you are. Or they're like a coworker, or literally just someone who like got my phone number for like a specific like event or like a school project or something, and I'm like, I don't want you to see me blacking out on my birthday and then playing Skyrim, because let's be honest, that's all I ever do anymore. I don't even drink that much anymore. But like, let's be honest, when you're in college, you don't want your coworkers to see you getting wasted. And that was one of my things. I knew this girl for like, I worked with her for like maybe 2 months, and I didn't even really like her that much. And she followed me on Snapchat. She had my phone number because we needed to have everyone's phone numbers for work. We worked in catering. You're all over campus. You just got to quickly tell someone, hey, can you pick up, water dispenser or whatever. And so she asked me, and I'm like, I don't want you. And then she like brought it up one day at work. She was like, so I see you back on Snapchat. She added me when I was in senior year of college. I was working on 2 capstones and 2 part-time jobs. I was stressed. I didn't delete my Snapchat, but I deleted the app as well as Facebook. I deactivated Facebook, and I kind of avoided social media for a while. And so when I got back on, she was like, I see you're back on Snapchat. I saw that on your story. And I was like, I didn't, we're at work right now. My social media life has absolutely nothing to do with us serving food at this school. Don't bring it up. You and I are not friends. We're co-workers. I've been nice to you because we're co-workers. I didn't give you my phone number because I was like, text me, let's be friends, let's hang out. Oh my god. And like, I had friends at that job. So like, you can easily tell who were the people that I would want to hang out with outside of work and who I was just like polite co-workers with. Like, I wasn't straight up like mean to anyone. I just don't want to be friends with you. And if I don't want to be friends with you, don't follow me on social media. This is turning into basically me just ranting. So I'm gonna get back to the Snapchat update. The thing, what I was saying with the people that I follow who who don't follow me. They're like, Viners or whatever. Like, they're using it for comedy. They use Snapchat for comedy. It's their comedic format outlet, basically. Since there is no Vine. But I have to go over to the news thing to watch their stories. And so when I finish watching one of their stories, it automatically goes into a news thing, and I'm like, I don't know if this is an ad, and I can just like click through it and it'll go to the next like popular person that I follow on Snapchat and their story. No, it takes me to like the next news thing, and I'm like, no, I just want to watch Matthew DeHoff's Snapchat story, and then I want to watch Cody Coase, and then I want to watch Jenna Marbles, and then I want to be done. I want to be gone. That's it. That's all I wanted to do. I'm not a fan of Snapchat news, and to go on with Snapchat news, one of my favorite things is that it's basically just 2010 Facebook clickbait. And I haven't checked this. I haven't pulled anything up that I knew I wanted to talk about. I'm just gonna go through and read some of the headlines and tell you why they suck. Okay, so we're on Discover. Oh, I love this one. It hasn't even like loaded. Oh, okay. The picture on it is Tangled headphones, like earpod headphones. Can you watch this without cringing? Probably. The Gabby Show, and it's just a close-up of a mouth, and I fucking hate that shit. I could go on for days about commercials, TV shows, and movies that have close-up images of people eating, especially kids and old people. I don't want to see that shit. I do not want to see another person eating. It is weird. Okay. Oh, and then we got another one. These snaps are so cringe-worthy. Probably, in which case, don't make a fucking article about it. Don't give it more publicity if you hate it. Just, I mean, whatever. Okay, and then, Logan Paul's latest scandal. Now, those are the ones that I always read because I want to keep the fuck up on Logan Paul, and I promise you that'll come back in this podcast because I have fun things to say about that kid. What do South Koreans really think about North Korea? Something tells me that a white person wrote this and just like interviewed like a couple South Koreans or something. That's just my guess. I'm just gonna guess on that one. What are eyelashes good for? If you're old enough to be able to open Snapchat and read, then you know what eyelashes are good for. It's for keeping dust and shit out of your eyes. Like, what? That's so dumb. Okay. Oh, and then they're promoting Matt King's Snapchat story. Okay. Watch veterans relive war in VR. That's a Vice article on Snapchat. Are you fucking kidding me? That is the last thing I want to see. What if one of those guys, like, didn't know they had PTSD and they're watching it in VR? Or, like, they didn't have PTSD until they watched it in VR because it was so realistic that they were like, oh shit, like, I'm actually mentally fucked up about this. I don't want to watch that. Like, that is fucked up. War is fucked up. Do not use it for clickbait. It's people killing people. That's one thing that I've never understood, and I'll probably talk about this more a little bit some other time, but people talk about war so casually. But, like, if you think about it, like, think about the people you know in your life who are in the military and they serve their country. Great, awesome. And they're genuinely good people, right? They're smart, they're well-rounded, they're moral, they're just good people. You like them, you love them. There's always going to be someone like that on the other side. And they're both trying to kill each other. Is no one thinking about that? That war is just a bunch of people trying to kill each other? It's fucked up. I don't have a solution. I'm just saying it's fucked up. Also, don't use it for clickbait. I don't want to see it on Snapchat. Moving on. How does Kylie's family actually feel about her being a mom? Guess what? Nobody gives a fuck. Except for maybe my sister. My sister is like weirdly interested in the Kardashians, which doesn't make any sense. because my sister is like not materialistic at all. In fact, if anything, she's super minimalistic. She has a blog dedicated to lifestyle minimalism, I guess. Anyway. Oh, we got Chrissy Teigen's official story. That's all it says. Okay. Winter is ... here, question mark? That doesn't... I'm not interested. How is that interesting? Bad news for Migos fans, gotta be honest. I've heard of the Migos quite a bit. Migos? Is that one person? I always thought... The picture only shows one person. I always thought it was like two guys. Because Migos is... I thought it was short for like amigos. Like two friends. And they're like, hey, let's be buddies, let's make music. That's what I thought. I'm sorry. Anyway, gotta be honest. Don't really know anything about him/them. I don't even know if it's one person or two. So, T, a popular story, and their name is literally just T. That is the least enticing thing in the world. The picture is a girl with like the hearts around her head, and she's going. She's like sticking her tongue out. It's awkward and weird, and I'm uncomfortable. Did you catch these secrets in the new Deadpool trailer? No, I fucking didn't, because I didn't watch the Deadpool trailer. Next, let's get luxurious, and it's a Lush bath bomb. Too Faced Cosmetics. That's actually, Too Faced is a brand, just FYI. It's not saying like, oh, these cosmetic companies are Too Faced. They say they don't test on animals, but they actually do. Speaking of which, apparently, so one of the big things that everyone talks about and praises Rihanna's makeup line for, I forgot what it's called. I want to call it Gucci. Fendi. Right? Fendi? Yeah, that's right. Anyway, is that she doesn't test on animals, but then there was a picture of her wearing a designer coat that's made from real raccoon fur, and it's like a $2,000 coat or something like that, which is sad if that's true, if it was real fur. Just found that interesting. Anyway, I literally can't read more of these, but I've seen some that are like, oh gosh, they're like the really bad ones that you would find in Girls Life magazines when you're 12 and you're at the school library with your friends and you're like, oh, we have to read something, let's read about these girls' embarrassing period stories. And it's like quizzes like, if your boyfriend does this, he's cheating on you, or the crazy things that girls find attractive in guys. And it's like, be smart and funny. That's really all you gotta do. And don't be an asshole. Speaking of assholes, and speaking of Snapchat, this is a great, fun little story that I'm gonna try to brief down as much as I possibly can, because I literally made like a, I don't know, probably like a 10-minute Snapchat story out of telling this story. But basically, so I'm on Tinder and Bumble. Bumble is kind of like Tinder, it's just a little nicer, cleaner. Anyway, and on both of them, I say something about like no Snapchat. On Tinder, I say, please for the love of God, stop asking for my Snapchat, to be like really forceful. I am not going to give a Tinder match my Snapchat. I don't want to sext you. I don't want all of our conversations to just be us sending selfies saying, hey, what are you doing? Watching Netflix. You? Same. What are you watching? Law & Order SVU. Cool. I'm watching Top Gear. That is the most annoying shit, and I will go further into how people on Tinder think they're getting matches using those kinds of conversation tactics. I don't get it. Anyway, and then on Bumble I said I prefer talking in person rather than having Snapchat combos or something like that. Either way, both of them do not have my Snapchat name on them. And actually now my Instagram and Twitter handle are different than my Snapchat handle. So it's not like people are doing that. Like, seeing my Instagram on those dating profiles and being like, oh, I wonder if her Snapchat is the same. They're different now, so that's good. But because one of the reasons I stopped is I kept getting like unsolicited dick pics on Tinder, and that's fucking annoying. I'd just be like, who is this guy that added me? Oh, good, it's a dick pic. Or they'll send me a Snapchat, like an actual picture, but it's just like a black screen or like a fully colored screen, and I'm like, why wouldn't you just send me a message in the chat? And the other thing that I especially hate about it is when, and I'm gonna go into this later, it's when they add you on Snapchat, but you never matched with them on Tinder because you didn't like them, and then they're like trying to flirt with you on Snapchat as if like maybe you just didn't see their Tinder profile, and it's like, no, I definitely swiped left on you. I am saying no, I am rejecting you. Just because you're on a different platform now does not make you suddenly interesting. Just FYI. Anyway, so this guy, the other day, I'm literally at work, and I get an ad from this guy named Cole. And see, I have a friend, Cole, who, well, every once in a while, unfollows me on Instagram, and I had to like message him and be like, Cole, what the fuck, you unfollowed me on Instagram? I was like, oh yeah, sorry, I was like unfollowing a bunch of people and I accidentally clicked on you. I'm like, bitch, whatever, fucking follow me back. And so then he follows me. So I thought that that's what happened on Snapchat, because I actually thought about it, and I was like, oh, Cole hasn't seen like my stories lately, maybe he unfollowed me and just re-added me. But I looked, and like the Bitmoji was not Cole, because Cole doesn't even have, my friend Cole doesn't even have a Bitmoji. He hates that shit. Anyway, so I was like, who is this blonde Cole? So I add him just so I can be like, who are you? And I do that, and he sends me a picture, and it's a completely red screen, and it just says, hey. And I'm like, who are you? And he's like, oh, I got your Snapchat off Tinder. And I was like, well, it's not on Tinder, so you didn't get it there. I'm trying to figure out where he got it. And he's like, oh, then I probably got it on the Hot or Not app. And I was like, I'm not on Hot or Not because I'm not 12 in 2008. What the fuck is Hot or... Is that still a thing? I'm gonna have to look into that someday, because now the more that I think about it, the more I'm like, that doesn't sound like a real thing. But okay, anyway, so he keeps going, and he's like trying to flirt with me, and I'm like, look, I'm not interested. And he's like, oh, it's because I'm ugly. And I'm like, I haven't even seen your face. So he sends me a selfie, and like, I'm gonna be completely honest, he's not unattractive. He's not unattractive. I'm just not attracted to him. Have you ever like seen a person and you're like, oh yeah, I could see how somebody could be attracted to them. I just don't like them that much, or like whatever. And I was like, dude, like, I'm just not interested. And he was like, oh, so you don't even want to hang out casually? But like the way he worded it was like, you don't want to just like fuck? I was like, no, I don't, because I don't know who you are. I don't know anything about you. You just showed up out of nowhere. I literally told him, I compared it to somebody walking into my house unsolicited and saying, oh, we might as well hang out since I'm here. What movie are we gonna watch? That's kind of what it felt like. Anyway, and then he was like, what if I offer you money? He literally offered to pay me for sex when I rejected him. And I was like, no, buddy. No. Not gonna happen. So I told him, I was like, you're just creeping me out now. So please stop. And he was like, oh, it's because I'm ugly. It's because I'm ugly. And I told him, I was like, no, you're plenty attractive. It's just you can't take fucking rejection, and that makes me not want to be your friend. Period. Like, that's how that works. Like, if you're so desperate and annoying that anytime anybody rejects you, you have to get butthurt and pity yourself, throw a little pity party. And then it got better. He started insulting me and saying that I had, that my bitchinitis was acting up. And I was like, yeah, I'm being a bitch because you're being a dick. You just came out of nowhere and started harassing me. Do you get that? Do you understand that? Whatever. And finally, it gets to a point. I was like, dude, stop. And he was like, okay, well, since you don't want people adding you on Snapchat, I'm going to start giving out your Snapchat name to a whole bunch of strangers. So a lot of people will be offering you money because apparently that's what you want, or something like that. And I was like, okay, so I put my Snapchat on private, and I was like, good luck, I just put my Snapchat on private. He was like, I don't need luck. And I was like, do you even know what you're saying? Those people won't, if you put out my Snapchat name, and these guys are actually like, oh yeah, let's add her on Snapchat and harass her, I'm just not going to add them, and then they can't do anything. They can't talk to me, they can't watch my story, nothing. It was just so dumb. Finally, after that point, because like I always feel like I need to prove a point to guys like this, and so that's why it took me so long to block him. But finally, I did it like 6 hours later. Like I said, I was at work most of this time, and so I couldn't just like be talking to him. Whatever. Anyway, so I blocked him, left my Snapchat on private for a couple days, never got an ad from anyone during that time. So not only is he an asshole, not only did he harass me, but he can't even keep up on his promises to get other people to harass me. So I'm like just very much not interested. I mean, if you don't have the kind of commitment that it takes to continue harassing someone after they have blocked you, then I don't think you have the kind of commitment to keep this relationship going, you know? That's what I'm saying. Anyway, so blocked him. Whatever. Never got anything back. Put my Snapchat on public. Still haven't gotten any ads from anyone, so I'm like, okay. So that was fun. Moral of the story is don't add people on Snapchat unless they themselves gave you their Snapchat name. Thank you, thank you. Oh, that's a profound statement. It's almost like consent on social media. Thank you. But, so backtracking a little bit to Snapchat news. Like I said, one of the things that I always click on is the articles about Logan Paul, because it's just baffling to read an article that is like well worded about someone so obnoxious and illiterate as Logan Paul. So it's just, I love the contrast of it. It's amazing. But one of the other things that I clicked on before, this was just a few days ago, I took a screenshot of this. Let me pull it up. It was a news story by Daily Mail, and apparently North Carolina, this is what I got from the article, it's a very short article so it doesn't have a lot of information. North Carolina, there was this couple who 20 years ago had a kid that they gave up for adoption. That couple ended up getting married and having 1 or 2 more kids, I think. And then when the daughter that they gave up for adoption turned 18, she found her biological parents. So that daughter is Katie, and then the dad is Steven. And so she moves back in with her biological parents as, 18, 19, 20. And she starts having a sexual relationship with her biological father. And mind you, I've been watching a lot of Law and Order SVU. So this partly half of it shocked me so little that I was like, yeah, it's just another story. But then the other half of me was like, wait, I'm so used to fiction that I forgot. I didn't realize this happened in real life. They ended up having a baby in November. Katie and Steven. Katie is Steven's biological daughter. So this baby is Steven's child and grandchild. Baby was born November 2017, and now they're trying to get married. Steven and Katie's biological mother obviously aren't married anymore. And I can see why. I would definitely divorce my husband if I found out he was having sex with our biological daughter. Apparently, the wife would walk in and see him sleeping on the floor of Katie's room. That's, literally, I have seen, 5 episodes in the past 2 weeks of Law and Order SVU where that has happened, where there is a parent sleeping on the floor of a child's bedroom. That's not normal. That is not normal. Anyway, it's just crazy. Apparently they've been arrested. It's been about a week since I read the story, the article, but it's so baffling to me that stuff like that is happening in real life. And I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's what people say when they don't have anything else to say on the subject. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Something I do have a lot to say about, and I mentioned a similar story in episode number 1, my last podcast. So I work in airport parking, and last Friday, at the very end of my shift, I had 2 horrible transactions, right? Well, so I'm recording this on Saturday. Yesterday was Friday. And at my job, I work Tuesday through Friday, so Friday is actually a Friday for me. Tired, just want to go home, watch some Law and Order. That's it. And gets to like the time that like somebody needs to be, taking over the cashier booth for me. And I'm just crossing my fingers. I'm like, if I get any stupid customers in the next 5 minutes before somebody takes over this cashier booth, I'm gonna be so, just need some normal customers. That's all. Quick, easy transactions. They're just nice. That's all I need, okay? So, literally, the time that the next shift is clocking in, 6 o'clock exactly, this guy pulls up into my lane, and he goes, hey, sorry, I don't have my ticket. I lost it. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna need to get some information. Because we have to look up his license plate, and then we have to take down a bunch of information about him, so just in case anything goes wrong, we have this information, we can contact him, and log it if we need to, whatever. Especially, he lost his ticket, what if he's stealing this person's car? It happens. So I have to take some information, so I step out to get his license plate, and I ask him for his itinerary, like his boarding pass, and shows it to me, and I'm like, what? Okay, so your flight boarded around 6:45 a.m. What time do you think you entered the lot? It was just 6:40. It's 6:45. I was like, why are you getting so upset? Just answer the fucking question. About what time do you think you entered the lot? It's like, I don't know, 6 a.m. You should not be showing up 45 minutes before your flight boards, but okay, that's not my problem. I don't work in the terminal. So I was like, okay. And sir, I'm going to need to see your driver's license, because I have to take address and license number and his name. And it's like, no. I was like, sir, do you have your driver's license? No. It's just shaking his head and not making real sounds, but it's they're negative sounds, but he's not making real words. And I'm like, sir, do you not have your driver's license? And he was like, no, you don't need it. And I was like, I do. I need to get information. I need to get your information to process this ticket. He goes, you know what time I came in, just make it. And I was like, no, I have to call the office. I have to get your information. You lost your ticket. And he was just so frustrated that I was causing him inconvenience, when actually he caused me inconvenience, because we do it as a courtesy to make a lost ticket. That is a courtesy. You should keep your freaking parking ticket. You should keep that. That's on you. Just saying. Anyway, so he finally forks over his driver's license, and he keeps shoving his credit card at me, by the way, this entire transaction, as soon as he tells me what day and time he entered. And I was like, no, sir, I can't take that yet. I haven't even made your ticket, so you can't pay for it. The heater's on. Rude. I'm in the heat of a storm. So finally, I get that information. Last thing I need is a current phone number. Easiest way to contact a person. And he's I don't know, mid-40s, right? So he's not 85. It's not like he's too old to have a phone, but he says he doesn't have a phone. And I'm like, I look at him and I'm like, okay. I know he's fucking lying. Anyway, so I like call the office, and I felt so bad because the woman in the office who was helping me, she's super nice and funny, and she was like joking about like having to clean her glasses and how they're still dirty. She's like, I'm like looking through water spots, and I was like, I really want to laugh and like agree with you, like I go through the same shit with my glasses, but the last thing that I wanted to do was agitate this guy more, because I was literally shaking from him being so upset with me at his mistake. Anyway, she looks it up and she's like, okay, yeah, go ahead, go with it, you can make the ticket. So I make the ticket, and he like forks over his credit card again, and I shit you not, the credit card he's using, it's a Ghirardelli credit card. It is a credit card for chocolate. What? Who buys that much, especially specifically Ghirardelli? Who buys so much chocolate from a specific brand that they want to get rewards from it? Like, I thought working in retail, having like a retail, like department store credit card was too much. This is beyond. It's chocolate. Anyway, so I made up this whole story. I made up this whole story of what this guy must be like his, like, just his life, because I find it, okay, so basically I was telling my friend Meredith about this last night on Snapchat. I was like, so I have this theory that he is the kind of husband who, like, gets irrationally upset with his wife, and like he'll take his work stress out on her, and he'll like anytime she like does something that's like wrong, but it's like an honest mistake, like she put the wrong light bulb in the kitchen, or I don't know, she forgot to wash the vegetables before she cooked them, or whatever. And he takes out this anger on her, and he's just a complete, like, irrational asshole about it. And to make up for it, instead of just saying, I'm sorry, and not, like, throwing anger at her when she does not deserve it, he just buys her fucking chocolate. That's my theory. And I bet, she was like, she texted him while he was on his trip, and she was like, I'm lonely. I miss you. Hope you're having a good trip. He's like, man, this bitch is gonna make me feel guilty about like being gone. Like just going on a fucking vacation. I can't just go on a fucking vacation. I'm on a fucking work trip. This isn't even fun. This isn't even a vacation. She's got me feeling guilty about being gone. Going on this trip. Stupid bitch. God damn it. I'll buy her some fucking chocolate. Pay for parking with my Ghirardelli credit card so I can get the fucking rewards. Hopefully they come in soon enough so I can stop at the fucking store on my way home, use my rewards on that fucking chocolate that she likes so much. And then she'll shut up. She'll be like, oh, you got me chocolate. You didn't have to do that. Well, bitch, apparently I did. Because you made me feel guilty. I feel like he's the kind of guy who just does not own his own responsibility, and just like manipulates everyone else to feel like they're inconveniencing him when actually he made the mistake, and he's inconveniencing everyone else, which is exactly what he did to me. He made me feel like it was my fault that he lost his ticket and I was punishing him. And I was like, well, I mean, okay, let's be honest, it's a bit of a punishment. It takes a few minutes to like get all that information, but part of it is like for your protection in case somebody is stealing your car. Then we have their information, and then if you come back and say, hey, my car was stolen, we could probably track that information, say, oh, you know, somebody came through, said they had a lost ticket, and we got their information, so now you know where the fuck your car is. Just saying. It's all for your benefit, actually. But He wouldn't believe that. He was too entitled. Also, I think you might notice that I actually look like a normal human on this episode if you're watching it. I'm dressed like a normal person, so that's good. It's because I have to work tonight. So I probably have to go in a few minutes so I can make some dinner before I go to work. I gotta close the store tonight, which isn't bad. But in like 2 weeks, 2 weeks from today, I'm working 10 to 3, and I thought that there was a mistake on my schedule because it said 10 p.m. to 3 a.m., and I was like, no, it must mean 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., right? I texted my manager, and she was like, no, we have inventory. We might get done at 1:30 a.m., but we have everyone scheduled till 3 just in case. And I'm like, no, I'm in bed by like 11. Bitch, what are you doing? Why are we doing stuff in the middle of the night? That's stupid. I want to go to bed. And anyway, I literally replied to her and I was like, bring lots of coffee. Got it. So that'll be fun. I'm like trying to mentally prepare for it, but part of me just wants to get it over with like tonight. But that doesn't work because we don't have the inventory. So that's good. Anyway, but okay, I've got a few minutes here, so I'm gonna go back to one of the topics that I said that I would come back to eventually, and that's Tinder profiles, because I find them so funny. I don't know if I'll be able to pull any up right now without just being annoying and staring at my phone during this podcast, and going silent for 5 minutes just reading people's profiles, but like, so one of the things that I do is like, I'm very concerned about personality, and so I read bios. I know, it's crazy. Who reads the bios these days? Me. That would be me. And I judge them. I do. I judge what these guys write. And so first of all, I almost always swipe left. That means I say no. I reject the person if there's nothing written in their bio. Almost always. Very rarely will I still swipe right if there's nothing in their bio. Because I'm like, oh, you don't have anything to say about yourself? Then you probably don't have a personality. And if you don't have a personality, then I don't know how to talk to you. So, left. Another one that's very similar to having no bio, it's when it just says like, go Cougs, or go Huskies, whatever their mascot is. I'm like, so your whole personality is about the school that you go to. That's all you care about? Like, I get having school pride, but when you make it part of your personality, that's when I'm like, what? Like, you don't have any issues with the American education system. In fact, you're gay for the American education system. That's what you're telling me, basically. And I'm like I like my school. I graduated, and you know, I'm happy that I graduated from the school I graduated from, and I appreciate it. I think it's a good school, and I'm like, it's not complete shit. But I don't want to fuck the mascot. Like, I feel like that's what those Tinder profiles are saying. Like, if you are the mascot for Washington State University, I will personally put my raw dick in your face. Give me the head of the mascot and I'll just fuck the shit out of it, you know? Anyway, that's what it feels like to me. Where I'm just like, why? I don't fucking care. Like, I already see in, like, the information what school you go to. You don't need to reiterate it in your bio. That doesn't make any fucking sense, whatever. And then, like, just off of that bio is the ones where they have that and then their Snapchat name or Instagram name or both. And I'm like, so you're just doing this to get people from your school to follow you on social media, and that's it. Gucci gang. Lame. Left swipe. And then there are the ones, and these are some of my favorites, when they're inspirational quotes, and that's pretty much it. That's really all they have, and like boring facts about themselves or whatever. And it's like, live every day like it's your last. and dream as if you'll have forever, like the fucking James Dean quote, but they quote it wrong. That's always my favorite. And then, or they'll do that one from The Office where it's like this quote that's from Michael quoted by somebody else or whatever, and it's like fake quotes or whatever. And it's like, first of all, if I wanted life advice, the last place I would look is Tinder. And scrolling through Tinder, if I see an inspirational quote, see, the thing is I don't know you. I don't know how happy you are in life. So I don't know if I trust your opinion on how to live mine. Just saying. I think I'm doing alright. Thanks, bud. Also, that does not make me attracted to you if you know some profound thing. It's like fucking Russ. It's just Russ. So I'm like, oh yeah, mentally fuck the shit out of her. It's like, oh yeah, that's so attractive. Mentally fuck the shit out of me. With your inspirational quotes that you got off of Google Images. And their little, like, typewriter graphic design. Just a picture of a typewriter, and then they put in Courier New the quote. I love those. It's just shit like that. It doesn't make me want to date you. I don't know if you remember this, but Tinder is about dating. Oh dear, good stuff. One of my other favorites is when they have like a little piece and they're like, you know, they're going through like listing a bunch of facts about themselves, and they'll say 6'1" because apparently that matters, and I'm like, if you didn't think it mattered, then you wouldn't have put it in your bio. Obviously you think it matters if you put it in your bio. You're trying to flex on me. I know you're saying like 6'1". You're like trying to be humble about it. You're like, oh, I'm coy, I'm sly. 6'1", because apparently that matters. It's like, ooh, he's humble. That boy ain't got an ego, but he tall. I want to be on that dick. It's fucking annoying. If you don't think it matters, then don't put it in your bio. Another thing that I hate is when it's like, if you got a dog, I swiped right. That makes me think that because I don't have a dog in any of my pictures and I didn't say in my bio that I was a dog mom, that you're not going to like me. That you're just looking on Tinder to find people's pets, to find people's dogs, and that's fucking weird. If I did have a pet and you swiped right on me and my pet went missing, I would blame you. I would fucking blame you. I'd be like, this guy was targeting my dog via Tinder. Now my dog is gone. Where's my dog? Check his house. Cops show up. Yep, we found your dog. Thanks. Took a real detective to put that together. Thanks. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Because I think I covered like a good chunk of knowledge in this episode. Is there anything I want to say? Oh, yes. So I'm thinking next week will be my first episode. Episode number 3 will be the first one with a guest. I still have to reach out to this person. There's a hair flying around. And see if they're free. If so, will they say yes? Will they want to? Will they want to join me? Anyway, I have to make dinner and go to work. So that's all, folks. Make sure to like and subscribe. Share this podcast with your friends if you found it entertaining or at all educational on Snapchat or dating lives or airport parking. If you're really interested in anecdotes, I can speak anecdotes about airport parking. It's really exciting. I swear I'm not going to drag this outro on much longer. All I want to say is that I appreciate anyone who made it this far. And actually, let's do a thing. If you made it this far in the video, podcast, whatever, and you're still listening, type banana peel in a comment. That's all I want, banana peel. If you make it this far and you don't type banana peel in the comment, I will smite you, because if you haven't forgotten, I'm God. And God is a girl who will smite your ass. You don't put banana peel in the comments. Anyway, that's all for today. I will see you guys next Sunday back at church. Yo! God damn it. Somebody give me some, like, good religious material to make jokes out of. Obviously, you guys are my disciples. You haven't figured that out. If you're supporting me, if you're a fan, if you would encourage me doing this shit, if you are my audience, you are a disciple. Anyway, whatever. Bye, guys.